episode 109, we fill you in on what happened to our engine on our last sail. We have a bumpy ride to some dreamy waterfalls and find an island and drink all their coconuts.
Wild and free, baby, we could dream farther than our eyes have ever seen. I don't wanna grow.
Sailing to Moyo Island, our sail started off really well and we were making really good time. Then the wind decided to change and it came straight at us, so we had to do really long tacks and it started taking us forever to get there. We started to do our final tack into Moyo anchorage, which was about 5 nautical miles away, and the wind dropped out, so we decided to turn on the engine.
Motoring for about 5 minutes or so, and I noticed the engine was starting to get quite hot. I was like, oh no, it might be alright. It was just a little bit hotter than normal. I thought we may have been able to get into our anchorage only being 5 nautical miles away, but it actually started getting really hot. So I had to stop the engine, come downstairs, there was water everywhere. I was like, oh no, I thought originally it may have just been an impeller. There was a couple of blades missing off the impeller, but what had actually happened was an anode had broken off in our heat exchange, and the line that runs back out under the sink through a vented loop and then down into the engine had a anode block it, so a hose had blown off because of the back pressure. So we had a blown hose, water going everywhere. We were 5 nautical miles away, but we had the wind straight on the nose, so it took us a little while, a couple of hours. We put a new impeller in, we unblocked our line, which then we found the anode that had found its way in and blocked up and caused the line to blow off under the sink. Just like you come downstairs and your engine's overheating, and then all of a sudden there's water over the floor. You're like, oh no, like what's going on? But I suppose within about an hour we had it all fixed.
Yeah, because he's amazing.
I don't know about that.
It's pretty amazing. Can fix anything. In the moment he didn't think so. He was like, our engine's about to blow up, it's all over. Good.
Maybe it wasn't lost footage, maybe it was just heated moments that we just didn't have the camera.
We totally, and this is what happened. I have lost footage in this last month. I don't know what's happened. Some reason I've lost footage. Anyway, I'm not going to look into it any further. Footage is gone, but it's really hard to film when times are really and
yeah, I suppose
we try to as much as possible, but it's really hard to pick up the camera when, you know, someone or all of us are just not feeling it. So
yeah, but under the circumstances too, like Sarah had to maintain the boat, and I sort of had to try and figure out what was going on down here. So we had the hatch up, the boat's rolling around, and yeah, it was hard enough just getting the job done.
There was lots going on, so hence why there's no footage of this moment, but we hope that we, you know, explained it well enough that you can imagine what was going on. Water everywhere, I'm driving.
I think I even had the lid fall down on me because the boat's heeling over, so I'm stuck in the engine bay, Sarah at the helm, me with a lid on me and tools in the well, trying to get the old spinners that have fallen down inside the engine bay, blah blah blah.
I think the kids are assisting him, but still, in these moments, yeah, it's really hard to pick the camera up, but we do try our best, and yeah. The rest of the afternoon was really lovely. We met up with our friends off Paradise and went for a spear. Got in the ocean and everything was all sweet.
We headed straight for the ocean to see if we could catch some fish for dinner, as we did most afternoons.
Stage, welcome to the show. I glance at you, you smile at me like we're all alone. We dance around it, but we'll never let each other know. It's an illusion. Let the games begin. Step into the ring.
It was a beautiful afternoon, and as we did a lot when we were travelling with Ollie and Alana, we watched the sun go down and chatted until it was dark. There was also a dive resort here, so we could get our dive tanks refilled. They were super friendly and they filled our tanks while we went and had a spear.
Main attraction is knowing that you feel the same way too. It's like we're on a tightrope. It's like we're on a tiptoe.
Looks like it's sushi for dinner tonight.
Ooh, it's a bit hacked, but it's delicious.
Moyo Island is home to some pretty beautiful waterfalls with limestone pools, and today we thought we would go and check them out. We went ashore and saw that the village was super clean and super friendly. We asked around and found that the waterfalls were about 7 kilometres away. It was a super hot day, so we were negotiating prices to get a motorbike ride in. We all got on a bike with our own driver and headed to the waterfalls. And man, was it rough and dusty. We did wonder why we all had to have our own driver and only one person was allowed on the back of the bike. But now we know why. It was super bumpy. I don't think the footage does it justice. We arrived and it was incredibly beautiful. It was totally worth that bumpy ride to get here.
Oh, that's so nice!
The waterfall and its limestone pools were pristine, and we felt super privileged to be able to enjoy this magical place. The top pool we weren't allowed in, but we were allowed to go into the pools below, and they were absolutely stunning. How funny is this? We're walking along in the middle of the jungle on an island off Sumbawa, and we meet these two random guys that happen to be from the Gold Coast in Australia near our hometown. A few selfies and we're on our way. We were super impressed of how clean and well looked after this place was. The people here really take pride in keeping this gorgeous place pristine, which is so impressive to see. Our guide was a legend and he had a bag where he was collecting rubbish as we go. Which sounds normal, but in Indonesia, it hasn't really been a common sight. This legend was not only a really nice guy, but he was a keen fisherman.
So what time do we pick you up? 3 o'clock? So you can show us where this spearfishing spot is?
Yeah.
So the boys organised a spear with him later that afternoon. Back on the bikes, and we headed back. I think Lee needs a bigger bike. Or maybe he should drive. Lee really doesn't like not being the driver.
Guess I'ma love you like you love Johnny Cash.
I'll be your gangster, I'll be your man in black.
I know what I'm doing, yeah, don't need a map.
I got the juice to throw your train off the track. Honey, do whatever you want, I'll be watching.
Get a little too close, oh, now we're touching. No, I'm not fronting, I'm just stating a fact.
I'll rock your world, I'll knock you flat on your back.
When I'm broke, I'm really good boy. When I'm bad, I'm better.
When I'm good, I'm really good girl. When I'm bad, I'm better.
Well, I don't mind to slow down anymore. I don't mind the sound of my shoes on your floor. I don't mind selling out or playing cover song. Just as long as friends and family sing along. And I don't need more money or a faster car now.
The boys and Alana went with old mate spearing, but local knowledge wasn't any help. Not this time. No fish for dinner tonight.
What we got, it's not really a tear, it's more of a bit of a graze on the sail, but it's not in a real spot where it's going to open, I don't think. So I'm just going to reinforce it with a bit of sticky back either side and then run a stitch down it so it stays on. And go over the rest of the sail and just check it while I've got it off, because they're all pretty old and stitches missing here and there. I may give a little tweak up. So I'm going to spend a few hours going over the sail and a bit of preventative maintenance, I think. Hopefully save another tear. So, friends of ours on the other boat over there.
On Paradise, Ollie and Alana have kindly
Lent us.
lent us this.
Malay, it's called a speedy stitcher. This is very similar to it, just different design. But ideally it gives you like a sewing machine stitch, so you can pull it through and you can get a nice stitch, and we'll see how we go.
All patched up and the sail went back on. We had our final dive and pulled anchor to head to Badass or Besar, a town not that far away. Ollie and Alana were already there, and when we got there, they were keen to hit up the local markets to stock up on fresh fruit and veggies. We tied up the tenders.
How come you don't want to paddle the foam in?
Thanks, Ollie. And found a sweet ride to the Pasar.
Bye.
Our usual food we hunt for in the markets is pineapple, papaya, cabbages, carrot, tomatoes, cucumber, avocados, potato, onion, limes, kangkung, garlic, ginger, bananas, and tempeh. Sometimes the veggies are limited, but these markets had it all, and they weren't too smelly either. We had a fun couple of days here.
Oh, we love it when our fruit hammock is full. It's for breakfast, kiddos. Oh, Bella's being healthy. What do you got going on there, Tosh? It doesn't look too healthy, mate.
Bella's about to have some too.
We pulled anchor, we sailed on to a little protected anchorage where we spent the night.
So we left that little hole we were anchored in last night, and coming out the passage or the little entrance this morning was pretty crazy. It was like all the fishermen were in there and they had all their nets everywhere. So it was just on sunrise, so it was pretty dark, and yeah, we had to wait till they pulled some nets in, and yeah, they were telling us to go, but I don't think they realised how deep we draw. But it was all good. We didn't get caught up on any nets, so it was a bonus. So just following Paradise through. We were going to go around the outside of these islands, but we thought there might be some little spots in here that'd be cool. So we're coming through. The only problem is we don't know what's in here. We've got Overtel, so we've got satellite imagery, which is really helpful, and there's a few shallow reefs around, but we'll just take our time coming through. These guys draw less than us, so they're getting too shallow. They'll let us know. The boys are just navigating, they're talking on the radio, trying to decide which way is the best way to go, because there's a lot of reef around. It's really hard to see. This island's cute. Let's stop there.
So we dropped the anchor in this pretty little spot.
So this morning we came from here and we went over just to here. That's where we are now.
We met some super friendly fishermen that happily showed us their fishing gear. Has these shoe fins. So clever. And this is a hooker machine, so they can breathe under the water. Their spear guns were a bit different looking to ours. Yeah, that cute little island was calling us, so we went to check it out.
With nothing to miss, ain't no thought about time. In my mind, doing just fine.
And to our surprise, it was set up for tourists.
Somebody somewhere is probably thinking of me.
We enjoyed the only 3 coconuts that were left on the island and relaxed in the hammock. What a top little spot.
Looking forward to when I meet you. Sailing onward to my days.
I think we'll call it the Love Island. We pulled anchor that afternoon and continued on, but what started off calm and beautiful soon turned to strong headwinds and tacking, which took way longer than intended, and we needed a new plan and a new anchorage before dark.
Guys, that was episode 109. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give us a thumbs up, and if you didn't, well, just give us a thumbs up anyway, because you're awesome. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to our channel so we can grow. Where we are right now, we are in Padang in Sumatra, and it's still in Indonesia. We're just doing our visa at the moment, our final visa extension. So we will be leaving Indonesia within the next month, which is very exciting, and heading to another country. We had to do a few things to fix up the old girl while we were here, as usual, like we do in every port. I want to just say a massive thank you to each and every one of you for watching these videos. Special thank you to our patrons. We love you so much. You guys are the reason these videos keep happening. If you want to see more about what we're doing right here, right now, where we are, you can head over to our Instagram and Facebook pages at Sailing Catalpa, and it will give you some more recent updates. Again, guys, we just want to thank you. You're all amazing. We love you, and we hope you have a beautiful day. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
We just want to say a massive thank you to all our patrons, because without you guys, these videos wouldn't be possible.
it all comes all thanks to you all. All thanks to y'all.